If all you want is one reason to buy Switch Sports, I'll let you know that yes, the main theme of the game is a certified banger worthy of a Wii Sports successor. But if you are searching for a reason to not buy, well, Mii's are no longer. It's time for Sportsmate Supremacy. Just joking, you can still play as Miis and choose iconic characters like your father and Shrek.
Somebody wants.
Switch is finally receiving its classic sports game from Nintendo, which is not a big surprise considering that the console has motion controls out of the box, just like we did, and an immense install base, just like we did. However, Switch Sports does not seem to be a sequel, a remaster, or a remake of the original. Actually, it looks more like a reboot when I take a look at the decisions that were made here. Well, let's talk more in depth about the game and try to discover what exactly is Nintendo's plan with this. Soccer, volleyball, bowling, tennis, badminton, and chambara. I'll be honest with you all, that selection does not make a lot of sense to me. 3 new sports is cool, I'm all in for it, but only 3 returning ones? Don't get me wrong, bowling, tennis, and chambara are great choices, but other 3 from the original are missing, and resorts had 12. Boxing, archery, cycling, baseball, and others will definitely be missed here. So yeah, if we compare Switch Sports with resorts, this is a clear downgrade. But that's probably because, as I said, this is a reboot. We are back to basics. Nintendo's not trying to top their last game, they are trying to create a new image for what was known in the past as Wii Sports. I completely understand why some people are upset about this game. And to be honest, I'm one of those to a certain degree. But let's try to forget nostalgia for a moment. The new look is not that bad. Since the release trailer, it definitely grew on me. It's a different vibe for sure, but it's still very clean and relaxing. The new loco is a highlight for me. Spoko Square is a modern sports facility full of metallic structures, glass, and vegetation. It looks almost like the headquarters of a big tech company like Google. If I would try to enter into the mind of the development team, the goal was probably to create a world that felt more colorful, detailed, and alive, building a new identity to the series. With Wii Sports, the identity of that game was tied to the console, a very minimalistic and generalist look that does not represent Nintendo anymore, but became special thanks to our good memories of that time, and of course the Mii's were part of that. Switch Sports is not trying to bring people with nostalgia, it seems to be focused on a new generation that never played the original game released 15 years ago, and to the casual public that really doesn't care if Mii's are back. Okay, so let's consider that Nintendo is actually going for the approach of a reboot. Is that a justification for the modest amount of sports in the game? About that, I think it's mostly related to the small scope of the game and Nintendo's infamous model of free updates. We already know that golf will be coming in the future, and it's not crazy to imagine that other missing sports will appear here. Personally speaking, I don't see the points on that. Golf is literally a whole new sport that will be missing at release, and we don't even know what will come next. The lack of info about future updates is the biggest problem to me. This is essential information for those who consider buying it on release. But hey, they are not asking for full price here, so at least you are not paying a premium price from the get-go. But overall, I really don't like that. Okay, maybe I'm complaining a lot for such a simple game, but I just wanted to comment on the context that it exists. And with all of that in mind, let's be honest here, this will be a fun game for friends and family no matter what. I played 3 sports in the online playtests and they were exactly what you would expect. Extremely accessible and straightforward experiences. It's as universal as a motion game can get. The controls are definitely more precise in tennis and bowling, but they still work very similar to how it was on Wii. Chambara is a personal highlight for me. Uses the same sword system of Skyward Sword and Sports Resorts, but what makes it more fun is a kinda rock paper scissors system of attack and defense, related to the position of the sword, adding a layer of strategy to the experience. The inputs are super precise, and it's a great simulation of sword fighting. Volleyball and soccer are probably the most complex, but from what I heard in previews, those are also the slowest ones. It's understandable because both sports demand quick reaction. I'm very curious to see how volleyball works out because it's a sport that I really enjoy. Also, a cool detail about soccer is that it looks more like Rocket League with people than proper soccer. That's because we have the giant ball scheme, which of course is easier to control. Honestly, with the possibility to play with 8 people online, I'm particularly excited for this one. Finally, we have badminton. It looks very similar to tennis, right? But it probably plays very different. The birdie does not work like a ball, and the court is smaller, so you have to react quickly and aggressively. It's actually a really good choice for a game like this. I heard some arguments about some of the new sports not being good additions and that they should stick to the old ones, but I disagree. I always wanted to see soccer and volleyball in those games. The right thing to do would be to add new sports and keep the old ones. For now, my hopes that the updates will be plentiful and bring everything that we love back. One element that brings me a positive reaction about that game is some of the extras. The personalization of characters with different costumes is a great idea and can give more incentive to keep playing, not only to get a better rank, but also different attires. I'm particularly interested in that squirrel that appear on the official site. Apart from that, it seems that there are alternate ways to play some sports. Bowling with obstacles, a shootout mode for soccer, different swords for Chambara. I love the variety and I hope there's even more of those in the game or in future updates. And that's basically it. This is not a very deep experience, but definitely a fun one. With that said, this is a strange release in some departments, and I would say it's a reasonable decision to not buy it, at least for now. Maybe your favorite sport is not in the game yet, and you don't even know if it will. If you have friends and family to play who enjoy a more active kind of experience, it's the perfect game. The relatively low price is also a plus in that case. And that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye! So, about the giveaway. It's pretty simple. Just remember to leave a comment on this video, to leave a like, and also to subscribe to the channel. And then you'll be participating on the giveaway for our eShop card. And that's it. Good luck to you all. Bye!